Breaking news! Atlanta is buzzing with speculation, and Falcons fans, this one's going to hit you right in the gut, or maybe set you on fire. But before I tell you, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay informed. Now, let's get to it. The Athletic's latest quarterback rankings are out, and they're not exactly the kind of bulletin board material you want to start a season. We're talking about a quarterback room that league insiders themselves, 50 NFL coaches and executives, have placed near the bottom of the NFL, despite the Falcons spending the fifth highest amount of money on quarterbacks in the entire league. That's right, one of the highest payrolls at the position, but a national perception that Atlanta is still limping along in the race for stability at center. And here's the problem, it's not just inexperienced rookies or past their prime veterans, it's a board that gave its all last year and still finds itself struggling to prove the doubters wrong. Kirk Cousins, ranked Tier 3 and sitting at number 25 overall, saw the steepest drop of any quarterback in the poll, falling a staggering 12 spots from last year. For context, Tier 3 in this ranking isn't an insult by definition. It's reserved for legitimate starters who need a strong run game or defense to win, thriving in lower-volume passing systems. But when the voters are splitting their ballots with 26 calling you Tier 3 and 24 calling you Tier 4, you're teetering on the edge of being considered a player that ideally shouldn't start all 17 games. For Cousins, the skepticism is all about health, specifically whether the 36-year-old can physically hold up after last year's Achilles injury and subsequent benching. One offensive coach didn't mince words, saying Cousins should be a Tier 2 QB if healthy, but admitted, "I just do not know if that is where he is at right now, and it's not just the injury." Concerns about mobility, arm strength, and durability are swirling, valid points given the Achilles rehab timeline and what we saw late last season. Remember, this is a quarterback with a fully guaranteed $27.5 million base salary in 2025, money that the Falcons committed expecting veteran stability. They got flashes of that, starting 6-3 with Cousins throwing for 2,328 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 7 picks, but the second half collapse, capped by losing his job to Michael Penix Jr., has fueled trade rumors all offseason. Even Cousins' phone call with Arthur Blank became a headline, with the owner reiterating they'll do what's best for the Atlanta Falcons. Translation? Nobody's off the table if the right deal comes along. Still, that salary isn't outrageous in today's QB market. 19 quarterbacks average more than $33 million a year, and for a starter-hungry contender, $27.5 million isn't a deal-breaker. The problem? No one's biting. Veterans like Sam Darnold, Russell Wilson, and Geno Smith have been picked up before Cousins, suggesting the market views him as a short-term stopgap at best. Then there's Penix. The rookie-turned-starter landed in Tier 4, 11 Tier 3 votes, 39 Tier 4 votes, and while that might sting, the rationale is pretty straightforward, small sample size. Through 3 games as the starter, Penix went 1-2 with 737 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. The upside? He's already showing the arm strength and decision-making that evaluators believe could take him to Tier 2 territory, much like Jaden Daniels did in a record-setting second-year leap. An executive even noted Penix could make throws Cousins couldn't last season, highlighting his poise and confidence in the pocket. Accuracy remains a work in progress, but there's hope. And that's what Atlanta's banking on, hope that Penix is the one to pull them out of a 5-year quarterback carousel that's included Marcus Mariota, Desmond Ridder, and Taylor Heinicke, none of whom could seize the job long-term. But while all eyes are on the QB drama, something else happened that lit up social media, a collision that reminded everyone what Atlanta's defense can bring. Safety DeMarco Hellams returned to the field for the first time in nearly a year after a season-ending ankle injury, and he wasted no time announcing his presence. On just the second drive against Detroit, he delivered a monster hit on running back Craig Reynolds, so clean it almost felt wrong when the refs flagged him for unnecessary roughness. Hellams, unfazed, made it clear he's not changing his approach. "If they aren't wearing the color of my teammates, I really don't care for them," he told reporters. After missing all of last season with a high ankle sprain that required tightrope surgery, Hellams looked like a man making up for lost time, ready to claim a starting role next to Jesse Bates III after the team let Justin Simmons walk this offseason. And yet, for all the bravado, Hellams showed his humanity too, sending prayers to Detroit DB Morris Norris, who left the game in an ambulance after a fourth-quarter collision. The two teams even agreed to call the game early out of respect. Thankfully, Norris is back with the team and recovering. So here's where we are, a QB room with one foot in the future and one stuck in the past, a defense with a returning enforcer ready to hit like a freight train, and a front office trying to thread the needle between winning now and building for tomorrow. The question is, do you believe this is the formula that finally turns the Falcons into contenders again, or is this another chapter in the cycle of frustration? Drop your thoughts below. Because here's the thing, Falcons fans, this season is shaping up to be a crossroads. The national perception isn't flattering, but perception can change fast in the NFL. A strong September, a couple of statement wins, and suddenly the same pundits calling this QB room one of the league's weakest will be scrambling to explain how they always believed in the potential. That's the beauty and the chaos of this league. For Cousins, the path forward is brutally clear. Stay healthy, get on the field, and play like the guy who started 6-3 last year. That version of Cousins, smart, efficient, taking what defenses give him, can still win games, especially with the Falcons' offensive weapons. But if the injuries linger or the arm strength isn't there, the calls for Penix will be deafening. And let's be honest, for a fan base that's been hungry for a true franchise quarterback since Matt Ryan, the appeal of a young, big-armed, fearless passer is undeniable. Penix represents the unknown, and sometimes the unknown is more exciting than the safe bet. The Falcons didn't just hedge their bets, they doubled down on quarterback this offseason. It's an unusual approach, investing heavily in both a veteran and a rookie at the same time. But it also means the team has options if things go sideways. A mid-season trade of Cousins could free up resources and fully hand the keys to Penix. Or, if Penix stumbles, the veteran could steady the ship while the rookie develops. Either way, the margin for error is razor-thin in a division where just a couple of games can swing the standings. Meanwhile, on defense, Hellam's return could quietly be one of the most impactful stories of the season. Physical, fearless safeties set a tone, and pairing him with Bates gives the Falcons a secondary that can punish mistakes. That hit against Detroit wasn't just about sending a message to the Lions, it was a message to the entire league. The Falcons' defense is not here to play nice. But here's the tension. Can that physicality and defensive identity buy enough time for the quarterback situation to sort itself out? Can the Falcons win ugly while the offense finds its rhythm, or will slow starts put them in a hole too deep to climb out of? This is the kind of year where every snap, every decision, every injury report could change the trajectory of the franchise. And it's why I want to hear from you. Do you think the Falcons have built a roster ready to shock the league, or are we looking at another year of almosts and what-ifs? Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. Go Falcons!